Simon Marks is with us, LBC's Washington correspondent. We're on standby, Simon, for this meeting. What's going to happen at it?
They've been very opaque about what's going to happen at it, Tom. It's very hard to know. I think what we're going to witness is a pretty pro forma encounter between the president-elect Donald Trump and the current president, Joe Biden. But let's not understate the historic nature of the images that we're about to witness. This will be Donald Trump returning to a building that Democrats fervently hoped he would never set foot in again. The last time he was present at the White House was the night before Joe Biden's inauguration. You will remember that he eschewed tradition and left town. He didn't attend Joe Biden's inauguration. He also didn't grant Joe Biden the courtesy of a handover visit to the White House, the likes of which we are about to witness here today, because, of course, Donald Trump at that point was not allowing members of his transition team in any way to engage with Joe Biden's team, because he insisted falsely that the 2020 presidential election had been lost. But now we're waiting for a motorcade conveying Donald Trump from Capitol Hill, where he has been celebrating his election victory with Republicans in the House of Representatives here this morning, to the White House. The armed guard is standing on duty right outside those famous doors through which we expect the president-elect to walk, setting foot in a building to meet a man who, in that debate on June the 27th, accused Donald Trump of having the morals of an alley cat. It's going to be a very interesting encounter.
Trump and Obama really didn't like each other, and you could tell. Did Biden and Trump really not like each other?
I think they really don't like each other. I mean, not only did Joe Biden accuse him of having the morals of an alley cat, but Joe Biden is the man that Donald Trump has relentlessly and falsely described as the head of an organized crime family. It is notable that the president-elect is not being accompanied today by the soon-to-be First Lady of the United States all over again, Melania Trump. She turned down an invitation from Jill Biden to visit the White House. Now, of course, the Trumps don't need the traditional tour of the White House, because they already know their way around the building. But there is evident tension between these two families. And let's be honest, the only reason Joe Biden is doing this is because he's the veteran institutionalist. He's the traditionalist here in Washington, D.C., and he thinks that it's part of his duty as president of the United States to hold this meeting with Donald Trump. He may use it, Joe Biden, also as an opportunity to try and talk to Donald Trump about the things that Joe Biden really cares about, the future of democracy in this country, which, of course, Democrats insist is at risk now that Donald Trump is returning to power, and also Ukraine. I mean, Joe Biden is passionate about the need to continue providing support to President Volodymyr Zelensky in Kiev. Donald Trump is not, and it may well be that he seeks to convey a personal message. The other thing we need to watch out for here is, and there are Biden's staff arrayed above the portico through which the president-elect will be striding shortly. What will the look on their faces be? Remember that famous image when Donald Trump strode into the White House for that meeting with Barack Obama, and you saw all of Barack Obama's White House staff lined up there, grimacing at him as he arrived in the White House when he was president-elect last time. It's going to be very interesting to see what kind of body language Donald Trump is shown by people who are loyal to President Biden and working for him in his final days in office.
And talking of loyalty, Simon, finally, clearly loyalty is being rewarded by President-elect Trump in the selection of those people around him. Loyalty seems to be the main characteristic he's looking for, to be honest. What are we to make of the Elon Musk appointment, the Department of Government Efficiency stuff?
Yeah, I think it's not just loyalty, it's almost fealty, because he's even rewarding people that have been disloyal to him but have bended the knee and found a way of navigating back into his good graces. I mean, this Elon Musk appointment, there is no such thing as the Department of Government Efficiency. It doesn't exist. And it doesn't exist as a government ministry simply because Donald Trump says it does. Yeah. Government ministries have to be created by an act of Congress. We have no idea if that's the plan. Will it be started staffed? Will it be resourced? Or is this simply something to give Elon Musk to do, along with Vivek Ramaswamy? I mean, Donald Trump has said they've got until July the 4th, 2026 to trim $2 trillion from the cost of running the government and to make good on the totally unfulfilled promises of past Republican presidents to create a leaner, smaller government. But how you go about doing that and whether you can do it in time for America's 250th birthday, as Donald Trump has said he wants this done by July 4th, 2026, I think is a huge question. But, for Elon Musk to join the cabinet, if this becomes a cabinet position, he would have to go through Senate confirmation hearings and divest himself of all of his business interests. And that seems extremely unlikely.
Simon, really appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. Simon Marks, LBC's Washington correspondent, standing by as we await Donald Trump, President-elect Trump's arrival at the White House to meet with President Biden, the beginning of the formal handover of power, the transition from the Biden White House to the Trump administration.